Let's get started. We'd like to welcome Ludvig Aberg to the interview room at the Farmers Insurance Open. Ludvig, you're making your third appearance at the Farmers Insurance Open, but you're in an interesting position as kind of the defending champion of Torrey Pines South Course after winning the Genesis Invitational here. So can you just share some thoughts about how you feel going into the week on a course that you've won at before?
Yeah, I was playing with Harris English last week, and we were both kind of saying that we're both sort of defending champion next week, so it was a little weird, but yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously had a little hiccup over the weekend when I wasn't feeling very well, but back obviously playing and feeling a lot better, so looking forward to it. And
you had a chance to play the Pro-Am this morning. How's the course setting up for you?
Yeah, it's good. South is always tough. The rough is definitely up. The firmness of the greens are good, and it'll be a good test. I thought North, the greens were really firm, a tick firmer than last year, I would think. So yeah, you'll have to play well over there and hit the shots if you want to put a good score in.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open to questions. If you can raise your hand, we'll get you a microphone. We'll start with Doug. Thanks, Doug.
Is this a course where you have to be a big hitter to have any chance? And the second part to that question is, have you found any course on this tour or the European Tour that you felt you weren't a good fit for and didn't think you could win?
That I didn't think I could win? Yeah, I think if you look at the past winners here and guys who've had a lot of success on this golf course, you tend to see higher ball speed drivers, and you tend to see guys that have the high ball flight with the irons, because the South gets really hard. The rough is definitely up, and it's just a good golf course. So do I feel like that fits my game? Probably. And I like the way that it looks. Visually, it looks nice to me. So, had that anything to do with me winning last year? Maybe. I don't know. But you still have to hit the shots, whether you like it or not. You still have to be on the correct sides of these holes and hit the fairways. And if you don't do that, you're going to struggle. So, but yeah, obviously I do like it here, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of days.
Brody. Get a microphone to Brody right here. Thank you.
So you withdrew with an illness last week, correct?
Correct.
So, it was a year ago that you also had an illness. Do you need to up your zinc every January? Is that...
Yeah, it was almost like literally to the day a year ago that I was struggling over here. So, yeah, don't know what it is. Something in the California water. I don't know. That maybe I should stay away from next year.
And obviously, most of your first year and a half, we asked you all these questions about your swift rise and how you were able to excel so quickly. I'm curious what you learned from year two, when maybe there were stretches at points last year when it wasn't going to plan, and kind of what you learned from that.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like 25 for me was a great year in terms of realizing structure and realizing things that works for me and things that doesn't work for me, in terms of my training, practice, preparation. Like you said, the first couple of years or first year, you're just kind of doing everything on the go and on the fly. And I felt like last year gave me a lot of knowledge in terms of, what direction I really want to go, and how do you want to structure off weeks and all those kind of things that I felt like I took away a lot from last year. And those things aren't necessarily going to translate into results right away, but it's definitely going to give me a sort of a foundation that I can rely on.
If you don't mind, what's an example of a shift you made that you learned?
Yeah, so off weeks for me, in 25 looked very hard, long days, lots of practice, lots of play, sort of early mornings. And the change that I've done for this year, or at least the start of this end of last year, is that I just don't do that. I take it a little lighter, make sure that I have the energy, because it is a long year on tour, and you play 25 to 28 events, and when you have an off week, yes, you do need to practice. Obviously, you do need to play and prepare, but you don't need to beat yourself down. I do need to work out, and I do need to do those things, which I enjoy and I like. But I feel like come Saturday, Sunday of an off week, you need to have the energy as well for a tournament stretch coming up. So that would be one thing that I could take away. But yeah.
Cameron?
When you think back to the couple of tournaments here last year, separated by 3 weeks or whatever it came out to be, what do you remember being the biggest difference in how the South Course played from the Farmers to the Genesis?
Yeah, I remember Genesis, it was raining early in the week, so it was playing a little bit longer. The rough was a little bit lusher. But I feel like they were quite similar. I mean, I know we had one day at the Farmers where it was really windy. It was, 35 miles an hour winds, but I felt like they were quite similar. Obviously, this week you played the North Course as well, which kind of changes things a little bit. But it's such a true test of golf and a really nice golf course to play.
I'm curious, you're still kind of new into your tour career, and with guys like Brooks Koepka, and then today Patrick Reed announced is going to be coming back toward the end of this year, early next year. What's kind of your thoughts on the players returning from LIV Golf and coming back to join the PGA Tour?
Yeah, we were just talking about it before. I almost missed those guys because I turned pro in 23. So right as I kind of came off playing PGA Tour, they'd already left. And yeah, I do understand certain situations are going to be a little bit different. Everyone's going to view it a little bit differently. And I think everyone's always going to make the best decision for their personal career. And when it was an option for me, I didn't like it. It wasn't anything that I wanted to be a part of. So naturally for me in my position, that wasn't going to be the case. And yeah, absolutely. Guys are doing it. If you're doing it the right way and you want to come back, I have no problem.
Any other questions? Oh, right here in the front.
Is this the hardest course you play on tour each year, and why?
Yeah, it's definitely top 3, I think. I think a Bay Hill, when it gets really firm, is tricky in its own way. You get a little bit more penalty, firmer greens. But it's definitely, in terms of length, rough, fairways, pins, I think it's definitely up there. But a Memorial can get really hard, or Muirfield Village, so I play a lot of hard golf courses.
Did you have a question?
Sticking with the course design elements, you talked about the greens playing fast. Do you happen to have a particular favorite green site, or like a green that really dictates the strategy of the hole that stands out for you?
Green.
Like, well, people talk about the length, obviously, out here a lot, and I'm just wondering if there's a green site or a green or a pin location even that really dictates the strategy.
Yeah, I think in general, correct sides are very important on the South Course. I think if you have a right pin, you want to stay a little left, and if you have a left pin, you want to stay a little right. The greens aren't massive, so if you are on the right portions and you're on the right sides, that's how you saw Tiger win here 8 times. He was really good at those things, and that's why you see those guys have success.
Doug?
I was just thinking, there's so much depth in golf these days, but I think Scotty has been number 1 in the world as long as you've been been a pro, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
What have you seen in terms of trying to reach that, catch him? I know you're not competing only against him for the week, but how you would measure yourself against him, and has it looked at times farther away than it might actually be?
Yeah, I think, obviously the last couple of years, Scotty has been the benchmark in basically virtually every strokes gain category that you kind of look at. So yeah, if you play with him, you can sort of see what that looks like firsthand, which has been great for me to see. I don't really, use the terms trying to chase him, if I can focus on myself and see improvements in my own game, I think that's all I can do. But, yeah, what Scotty's been doing is quite remarkable. Obviously, since I turned pro, he's been world number 1, and the way he's going, it looks like he's going to be that for a while going forward, too.
Great. If there's no further questions, we'll let you go. Good luck this week.
Thank you.